Hi, this is Hrudai from the US.
This is Vatsa from India. And
How
what's
are you
that?
doing?
I'm doing well, but what's that?
That's Iron Man. I got it for my 8th birthday, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah. How is it there?
Things are good. Nice
The
weather.
weather?
Yeah, weather is good. Okay, what's the topic?
Okay. The topic is LIGO.
Lego.
LIGO. L-I-G-O.
LIGO? What's that?
It's an abbreviation for something. I've forgotten, but it's a company that measures gravitational waves. So, do you know what gravitational waves are?
I think, but maybe a refresher, please.
Okay. So, before I tell you that, I have to tell you this. On September 14th, 2015, we've all been stretched and squished for less than a millisecond.
Okay.
So it was so short that you probably haven't even felt it. But the researchers at LIGO did. How? By making a large observatory, not to look into the stars, but let the stars come to them in the form of gravitational waves. So they built a long, about a mile long, I think, a mile long observatory, and there they shot a laser. Okay. So this laser, when it got squished, compressed, and got really big, they could feel it. Yeah, expanded. They could feel it. The laser could feel it. So they could precisely record, and it even sounded like a chirp. Sounded like that, something like that.
Okay, but what is it? Is it because of stars?
No, it's because of black holes, the purest form of gravity. So how does a black hole come to existence?
Black holes are basically highly dense material where the own body will start absorbing it and create a massive gravitational pull. So it becomes so massive such that even light cannot reflect, it will be absorbed. Is that?
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be massive. There are atom-sized black holes that still don't have light escaping from them.
Okay.
So basically what happens is a giant star, a supergiant or something like that, it compresses after its end of its life, where because stars run on the fusion. So two atoms collide and then they become a new atom. So carbon collides and becomes iron. And iron, they cannot go more. It can't go longer. So the
You mean heavier? It cannot go heavier.
Yeah, it can't become heavier. It collides onto itself, and then there's a huge, massive explosion that we call a supernova. Well, a kilonova can sound even bigger and brighter, but actually supernovas are the biggest type of explosions in the universe that we know of. So it just explodes. And then what happens? There you can get more dense materials, more dense than, for example, more dense than iron. For example, uranium, and so on and so forth.
Other heavy elements, okay.
Yeah. So then, after all of this happens, they'll have formed a core. And then all those material that it blasts out the star, it sometimes compresses in again to become a black hole. So it explodes and then compresses.
Got it. Okay.
And you can see a supernova from here with your eyes. Midnight would be as bright as day. So if there's
Okay,
a
it depends upon
supernova,
how far is the supernova, of course.
yeah, but sometimes that has happened.
Okay.
So there was a star named Betelgeuse.
Mm-hmm.
This star, it was rapidly dimming and getting brighter and dimming and getting brighter. Scientists thought it was a sign of it was going to supernova, which is the common term for exploding, as
Right.
I've said.
Right.
So if it means you're gonna supernova, it means that you're gonna turn into a black hole. But that was an unfortunate example. Anyways, so after the supernova has happened, it begins to suck up more stars and more stars. But you take time to eat, don't you?
Yeah.
So imagine a black hole as a hungry baby.
Mm-hmm.
The baby, it takes a lot of time to eat, but if you try to feed it, sometimes the food flies out of its mouth.
Yeah.
So when it takes long to eat, the gravity will have that food. The gravity will make the stars rip apart.
Okay, those chunks basically. Yeah.
No,
The star chunks.
The supernova is over. So
Okay.
then it'll just go into the black hole. But actually, let's take the example of those star chunks. So those star chunks become circling around the black hole. But
Like a disk.
Yeah, like a disk. Like how the planets will circle around the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very unstable orbit, that accretion disk. It's far too close to the black hole. It probably is like a light.
Sure, it's close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the black hole, the accretion disk, will get sucked in into the black hole, and that's how the black hole feeds. But as I told you, the baby ejects food. So there will be jets of light from the top and bottom of the black hole. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I've seen those images.
Yeah. So there's a jet, I don't know what it's called, but there's a jet coming out of the black hole that spews far, far into space.
Okay.
Sometimes even the whole entire image is covered with that.
Okay.
And that's what we sometimes see the black hole, like a jet of light. If it's coming at us, it'll look like the sun.
Right.
Sometimes if you watch the photo. And then there's has been an exciting thing. There has been a photo of a real black hole.
Yeah, I remember reading it somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, I even have that as one of my Zoom backgrounds.
Okay.
That exact same picture.
Maybe you can show it later.
Yeah. So it's very blurred, but it proves that we are right about how black holes have looked. You know the movie Interstellar, I think.
Yeah.
The movie with the black hole.
Yeah.
They use scientists to come and model a black hole and then actually made it right. So it looks as if, because it warps space and time, the black hole, it looks as if the accretion disk isn't only going in circles around it, it's also engulfing the top part of the black hole and the bottom part of the black hole when you see it as 2D. But when you turn around, like go
behind the
circle,
yeah,
behind in the side of that, it won't look as if the jet of light is just like this. It'll actually look like the same thing. It won't have difference.
I've seen that movie. I love that movie, and I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but how is that related to LIGO?
Exactly. So, two black holes, billions of years ago, a billion years ago, they crashed. They circled, and crashed. And then that produced a huge black hole along with a huge gravitational wave. It warped everything that it passed. It goes at light speed, so it's not a wave of sound wave, a light wave, nothing. Just pure gravity.
Okay.
And that, as I said, warped everything. So that's what happened to us on September 14th, 2015. We got warped. But that started billions of years ago. Shouldn't it have reached planet Earth a billion years ago? No,
Yeah,
because it was light years away, a billion light years away.
Got it.
So when it started, life had probably started, and then it came to us. So that was about the time.
Awesome, right?
Yeah, and actually, it said that Albert Einstein discovered black holes, right?
I think so. Yes.
But that's actually not true. Another scientist who was in the World War actually sent the letter to Albert Einstein about black holes, and he hadn't even imagined it.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you know the scientist's name?
I think it's Colin Schwarzschild. I know his last name is Schwarzschild.
Is it German?
Yeah, I think so. He was going in World War I or II. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. So
I also think they're fascinating, black holes.
Yeah, you started with LIGO. I thought you were confused. You were talking about Lego, but it's a whole new dimension. So I believe even today that laboratory, what is it, LIGO, is it still operating?
Yeah, it's probably in Washington, and I think one version of it is in Washington, another is in somewhere in the United States. Okay. I think one is in Washington.
All right. Thank you so much. This was good. Yeah. Hey, show me the background before you cut the call.
Yeah. Here it is.
Oh, is this the one? Nice. Yeah. I think I remember seeing it. This is really good. It was in the news channels. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
It's the first ever black hole.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first ever picture of a black hole.
Black hole.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.